Hello traders, how you doing? Rick here with Hit and Run Candlesticks. Today is Sunday, November 30th, 2025, and I want to talk today about seven charts that I'm holding. And before we get started with that, I'm going to try to do it 10, 11 minutes, so hang with me. I do want to remind everybody that we still have our Black Friday and coming up Monday cyber sale going on. 2 months for the price of one. 6 months, an annual, you get 6 months for free, and then we still have the lifetime, which will be coming to an end very, very soon. So if you're interested, check out the links below this YouTube video. And with that, let's get going here, okay? So here's one that I'm currently holding, and I still believe it has more upside to go. Right now, this is the relief rally back up from the highs of what is that date? September. So from about $81 where it started to break down from there, CNC came down and it started working out pretty good. This is a rounded bottom breakout here. It's going to need to get through the 50 period moving average, which that would be the 50% relief rally of the highs of about, what is that there? April 8th there. And so that will be a good target area. And more than likely, I will be taking profits in this area up here somewhere as it approaches that 200 period moving average. Then I'll let it settle down, put itself together, reshape a chart pattern, and then I'll be looking for that next move. And I'll look for a buy, and I'll be looking for that next move to about 53 up here, or that 50% rally on CNC. Another one I'm holding, just recently bought, is LAC, LAC. LAC here, this $7.50 area, just taking from these highs down to the lows, that would be the 50% relief rally from those highs and lows. We currently have a low, high, double bottom, and then we broke out a little bit, which failed, ended up coming back down. But you can see here we're starting to set up a nice little trend. Price is above the 8 EMA and the trend indicator. With a little bit of push to the upside, the T-line or the 8 EMA should climb above that trend indicator there. Of course, we've got to get through that 50 period moving average, and then we'll look at the next level up here at 670, and then maybe it'll make its way right up here to that 745 or that 50% target, relief rally target there. Members, keep an eye out. Of course, I'll be posting on our members app on these here, okay? Here's another one I'm in, and I'm not in Meta, but I want to look at Meta. You can see Meta here. We've got this bottom set up, and we've just had this run up, a nice little rest, and then we popped up more. I'm still looking for it to move up to 670. We may see a little pullback before, but that's pretty normal. Now, I said I'm not in Meta, but what I am in is METU. That's the single stock ETF, and I've been in that for a few days now. Currently up 50% on it. It's working out pretty good. It's going to need to get through 32, so that might be a little bit of a heartache. You know, it has to bust through that. The next level will be about this 3550, 3560 area, and then up to that 50 period moving average, close to that 50% retracement from the highs over here on August 13th of about that 5160 level down to the lows. Once again, you know, I look for this all the time. This is my bread and butter right here, is charts that's setting up where price is leading the 8 EMA and the trend indicator. This was an early buy. The 8 EMA is not above the trend indicator, but that's what I'm looking for. You know, charts to make those moves just like this. And this is just what it's doing. Up, and see it rested here. Now it's up. a little bit of push to the upside. That'll push that 8 EMA up as well. Let's see. Another stock I'm in is PFE. Been holding that for a little bit here. Here I can tell you. 12 days now, 12 days. And that CNC, by the way, was 18. I've been holding it 18 days. So PFE here is setting up. I'm just going to go to a 3-bar chart or maybe a weekly chart. There you go. Go to that weekly chart, and then you can see where I'm taking the highs here of August 24 down to the lows. Let's go back to that daily chart now, because that's where I trade, is from the daily chart. And it has, it's struggled to break out of that 50% level. When it does, and I'm still holding it. I believe it will. The chart is still pointing that in direction anyway. Then we'll look at testing up here near this 2740, and then up here around that 2880. Look how important this green line here is. Look how that 50% level there. Here we popped up through it and failed it. Here we've tested it, and here we've tested it over here, right? So that's a pretty important line. And that's why I feel that if we do break out, and there's no guarantees that it's going to break out, but right now the chart looks to me like it is. I'm holding it. Then that next level, I'll be looking up there, like I said, that 2750, and then maybe up here near that 2875. Another one I've got is UPS. Take a look at UPS. So UPS, been in that for a little bit. Here we've gapped up and we've pulled back. I think we're testing very, very well here. We tested here very well. We need to bust through that 200 period moving average, and then appear around that 98 area. And that would get us into that 50% retracement of, I'm using this high right here of, what is that, March of 25, using that high over there, looking for this to move up. Right now, take a look at this nice little cup we've got going on and this handle in here. And that 50% retracement will test all these highs over here. So that just looks like a great target to me. And then above that, we'll look at that 107 and then maybe into that 110, 111, 112 area. On the 3-day chart, you can see this is becoming, not quite, it's not a perfect rounded bottom breakout, but it's getting awfully close as that. Let's just look at that weekly. Look at that weekly chart. And, an attack of that 50 period moving average would put us right there at that 50% retracement of 103. So this is looking pretty good, at least to the 50 period moving average. Okay, let's look at Tesla. Now, I'm not in Tesla. I am in TSLL. But let's start with Tesla. And here, Tesla, we have this top in here. We've pulled back in this downtrend. Well, now price has moved. See, am I on the daily? Yeah. Price has moved back up over the trend indicator and the 8 EMA, testing the 50 period moving average. Let me get my pencil out real quick here. Pencil, there we go. And you can see that we've got this down move, right? Low, high, and then we've got a double bottom. And now we're getting this breakout here. So we've got a bullish W pattern setting up. So this is why I'm still holding TSLL. It needs to get through that 50 period moving average. So let's go look at TSLL now. Whoops, there we go. And this is the TSLL, for those who don't know, just like METU, that's the single stock ETF for their underlying charts like Meta or Tesla. And they're a little, they're a double, so if they move $1, these will move $2. But what I like about it for the Road to Wealth account is that a little less price. You're not investing a great deal. Keeps your capital, your investment lower, and then keeps some money in your capital for the next trade. So anyway, here's TSLL, same bullish W pattern. You can see us coming off the dotted deuce, which is the modified 200 period moving average, and the 200 down here. We're almost at that 50% retracement, taking it from the high here on November down to these lows, which actually I could be a little better about that. There we go. So through that 50% retracement area, up to that 50 period moving average, there is a possibility that I take profits in here, let it settle up, let it settle down, and re-enter, assuming it holds and assuming the market holds. And then we can look at levels up here like this, we'll call that $20, and then up here at $21, okay? The last one I'm in is RTX. Let's take a look at RTX. Recently bought RTX looking for that breakout of the downtrend line. I just drew a line from these lows. Actually, I could probably tighten that up a little better, couldn't I? There we go. We'll leave that where it is. You can see us pop down to a bullish trending 50 period moving average. We've got a bullish engulf here. We started rising up. I'm looking for the breakout and then run up to that 181 area up here. And, you know, a chart like this, it's not going to be surprising that once we break out, might not be this week. We could come back and play around in there. Let's just extend that 50 period moving average like that. We could certainly play around in here until it breaks out. And then when it does, it's probably going to rest a little bit, you know, just like charts do on their way up. And of course, if it starts to break down, I've got my stop in there. All right, look, I want to thank everybody for watching this video. If you like it, please leave me a thumbs up to let me know that I'm doing a good job. And if there's something that I need to do different, leave comments in the YouTube channel. Would greatly appreciate that. Remember our Black Friday sale, Cyber Monday coming up, and we'll see everybody on the next video, which I plan to do another one later today on the market. All right, we'll see everybody later. Take care.